Hey, what's up? Cody Laughlin here. I wanted to touch base on a few things that you guys might be having issues with when providing quotes for your landscaping company. If you find yourself providing quotes or estimates and you're just having issues somewhere along the line, whether it's profit margins or callbacks or for some reason the clients aren't happy with whatever's being done, I have a few steps, 5 steps that might help you guys if you keep them in your mind or if you take notes and then implement them into your bidding process, right? So first off, you guys need to make sure you're analyzing your clients. Every single client has a reason they hired you. If they hired you and you don't know why or what particular outcome they're looking for, it's going to be pretty hard to please them. So first off, when you're doing work for someone, ask your client what they're looking for, right? What is their end goal? What's their 2-year plan? Ask them, hey, a lot of the times people will tell you like, hey, I just need to make sure I have a safe, usable area for my grandkids, or I want to have the best looking yard in the neighborhood, or hey, I want these trees placed primarily for privacy, right? But if you guys aren't asking those questions and trying to find out what their end goal is, then you're going to have a very hard time meeting those expectations. And that's where callbacks or, them trying to change the plan is going to happen. Make sure you have a clear scope of what they want done and what their end goal looks like prior to starting and prior to getting that bid. That means you guys need to be asking questions all the time to make sure you're able to provide the very best service to your client without having to change any prices or eat any costs, right? So another thing within the details and knowing your audience there or knowing your client is to find out if they're looking for, just something to where they, let's say a sprinkler system. Are they looking just to have a sprinkler system installed so they don't have to hand water anymore and they're looking for the very best deal out there? Or do they have an immaculate lawn and they're looking to add on to that or make it even better? See, there's a good, better, and a best model. I'm not saying you should do awful quality, and I'm not saying you should always do the very best quality. I think you should alter things according to clients. There's certain times where clients are willing to pay that extra money, right? And there's other times where it means absolutely nothing to that person and they would never hire you because you have way too much money wrapped up in the small costs, right? Where they could care less about it. In 4 weeks, it's going to be let go anyways. So, once again, I'm not saying you should bid something for poor quality, but I'm saying understand the clients that are going to be picky, extra picky, as in like, hey, we're going to set this plant and they're going to want us to move it 4 inches, right? So if you know you're going to have a client that all the way down to the inches is, what they're going to be looking for, you're going to have to represent that or mirror that in your bid, right? Or else you're going to be losing. So let those bids mirror however that client is and whatever they're exactly looking for. Number 2, make sure to upsell all of your material. If you're not making at least 20% on all of your material, you're missing out. And I think you should make probably 25% on all your material, right? So I imagine you should be getting some sort of a contractor discount and then maybe including an extra yard or two or an extra X amount of square feet of sod or an extra X amount for sprinkler parts, right? On top of that contractor discount. So if you're not doing that, you're taking away from the possibility of being able to provide your client a little bit extra, right? If you put in mulch or rock and for some reason they say, I would like this a little bit thicker, if you account for an extra yard, you're able to go back there and spread that, without losing money and without saying no or trying to charge more. It's already included. You guys should be including the very best already in your quote, or, a fair amount of whatever it is you're bidding for. Don't try to skim your clients on product just to win a job, because once you win it, they don't care. They still want it done, the right way and properly. So make sure, even if you think you might need 8 yards, calculate or bid the job for 9 or 10. Make sure you're getting your contractor discount, and make sure that if you pick up that 8, great, you might come out on top a yard or 2, or you might need to find out that you need to spread a little bit more. But make sure you're covering your ass with that. Third, sorry, I'm taking from some notes here. Remember, it's not going to go exactly as you planned, right? People are a pain in the ass. Weather's a pain in the ass. Employees are a pain in the ass. Everything isn't going to go accordingly to how you want it to, nor how you bid it. So when you put your bid together, or however long you think it's going to take you, and you do time and material, add that 20% for material, 25%, add another 20 to 25% for labor or miscellaneous or equipment costs. Because, weather happens, employees, equipment, tools, enough stuff's gonna happen where you're gonna get off a little bit. So you might as well account for it from the beginning, so you're not rushing and losing quality, nor are you having to eat the cost yourself. There's no reason you guys should be working for free or for $100 a day or even $200 a day. Make sure you understand that you have to make a living, and you're the one that provides opportunity to new hires, and you have to provide warranties, okay? Understand that you need those profits because it helps everyone else around you. So make sure to upsell and upcharge 25% more at least, or 20, 25, whatever that may be. Make sure to add more percentage on top of whatever it is you're figuring, okay? And once again, keep that client in mind. If you think they're going to be particularly picky, make sure to add a little bit more percentage-wise, because you're going to have to be extra attentive or follow up more rapidly or move something, right? So number 4, be very detailed when you provide your quote. You are detailed in the questioning, you're detailed and accurate in putting in the work, but make sure your quote is detailed as well. Put in there where it is that's getting sprinklers, where it is that's getting sod, how many square feet, how many yards of mulch you're bringing in, what the depth of that is going to be. Be descriptive in your quote, how high you're trimming things up. Have the stuff there to where, people are human. We make mistakes, to where if your client makes a mistake, they can catch it in the quote and be like, oh, did I not mention this? I wanted to have this done, right? Or if once you're into the job, they say, no, I wanted this done as well. You can say, well, listen, on the quote, this is what I had, and you signed off on it. So I apologize, but for yours and ours, communication and safety, let's say, I included all that. So if you want this done, I can attach a change order form for you because it just wasn't in our bid. So then that way, someone's not getting upset because you're doing things properly. And then that way it gives them another opportunity to catch something they might have left out. So when you're providing that quote, you can't give enough details. You can't give enough information. You can't tell them enough of how many zones are going to be there, or how many heads, or how many yards of mulch, or whatever it may be. Have the details there. Whatever you think that might cover your ass and the client's ass, have in there. Lastly, understand all jobs aren't good jobs. We all have been desperate for work. and I'm going to cover in another video of how to never be desperate for work, right? How to never have to put in the lowest bid just to keep you or your guys working, right? There's a way around that, but, excuse me. But in the meantime, you guys have to understand that every job isn't worth doing, okay? And to let jobs go means you're becoming intelligent and you're going to make more money. So certain jobs, you need to understand that if I have to put this bid in at X amount, or if this client is, you know, this particular way and you don't feel like you're going to be able to work with them very well, or the job just isn't in that scope of work you do, let the job go. Understand not every job is the right job for you. So a quick recap, ask questions, get details, and know your client, okay? So you know how to please them. Find out what their end goal is. Make sure to upsell 20% on all your material, at least 20%. Understand that things are going to take 15, 20, 25% longer or more of whatever you planned. So plan for that in the bid and send your detailed quotes. And lastly, make sure you imprint in your head that every job is not the right job for you. So think about that. Hopefully this video helped out.